Alright, so I know I haven't been dropping a lot of reactions and everything, bro. I've just been working hard at work. Don't mind me. I've been sleeping while editing, sleeping while recording, just sleeping, chilling with the girly. I've just been doing a lot, alright? I'm back on my bullshit. I'm sorry. I apologize. I have a life. Shout out to Breakthrough for this video. That's my guy, man. So basically, well, judging from the title, basically, there's some images and new gameplay and everything, hinting that The Last of Us 2 will be showing, like, you know, some details about Joel's past and everything. We don't really know a lot about Joel's past, if you want to be 100%. So, let's go ahead and get into this video, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into the video.
When The Last of Us Part 2 first got revealed in December of 2016, a lot of people were very concerned, rightfully so. The only clip of Joel that we had was not even showing his face, and he appeared to be somewhat of a background. Yes, he was walking towards Ellie while Ellie was bleeding. And
hey, I thought that nigga was dead. I was like, is that a ghost?
I'm gonna get every last one of them, but it was still not implied that Joel was very much so there, per se. So, the theories started coming and the conspiracies started to rise of Joel being dead, which now we know not to be true. So, with that said, let's proceed.
Hey, I deadass thought Joel was gonna be dead. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I definitely thought that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I like the new intro, bro. You know what I'm saying? With The Last of Us in the little background while showing. Yeah, it's out.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to Breakthrough Game, your #1 source for The Last of Us Part 2. In today's video, I'm going to be proving to you guys that we will, in fact, be getting to experience Joel's past. What I mean by this is that we're going to be getting to play as Joel in The Last of Us Part 2, just like we're going to get to play as Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I've been telling everybody that it's not a good marketing idea to completely change the player's point of view. What I mean by that is that why would we go 100% as playing as Joel to switch it up to playing 100% as Ellie? Some people might enjoy it, some people might not like it, so in order to please everyone and anyone, it would be very smart for Naughty Dog to give us the option to at least get to play as Joel, even if it's just for a little while of the game. In today's video, I'm going to be proving to you guys that Joel is not only back in The Last of Us Part 2, but even better news than that, we are going to get to experience Joel once again in The Last of Us Part 2. Yes, I will be the first one to admit that we're not going to be playing as Joel as much as we're going to be playing as Ellie, but I do have proof to back this up, and it is very simple. All we have to do is pay attention to the 14 images that were just given to us 2-3 days ago from Naughty Dog themselves, because the devil is in the details, and if you do pay attention, you're gonna get a lot of answers just by focusing on those photos. So let's go ahead and get started with the analysis. Alright, so first things first, let's clear up the time in which this event takes place, or in which these events, I should say, take place. First of all, The Last of Us Part 2 has time jumping, and this has been confirmed for years. I'm not even gonna get into that. If you don't already know, then you gotta really catch up. But The Last of Us Part 2 has had time jumping for years now.
Yeah, that's true.
We can clearly see that here in the following images. We have Joel looking at Ellie, and when you pay attention to the second image, you can kind of tell and read from Ellie's face that she hasn't seen Joel for quite a while. Now, here we have Joel, young Joel, playing the guitar. We have young Joel from The Last of Us Part 1, which we saw that,
he is a little younger.
Image of young Joel from The Last of Us Part 1.
Makes sense.
The Last of Us Part 2, we are definitely going back into his past, and if you don't know, and if you can't tell, then let me go ahead and fast forward that picture again. Here's Joel. You can see the white hair, you can see how he's a little bit chunkier, and thicker in the face, and here we have young Joel. You can tell a huge difference. This is guaranteed Joel from The Last of Us Part 1. Now, we all see that, we all know that image of Tommy, Joel's brother, and Ellie together, where Ellie looks even a bit younger.
Yeah, she do look younger
in The Last of Us Part 2. And in this image, a lot of people have been speculating that Joel goes missing for quite a while, or perhaps Ellie runs away. One of the two scenarios. Because we know that in The Last of Us Part 2, Ellie and Joel have a relationship, but it's a bit of a conflicted relationship. Neil Druckmann has spoken on this in the past. So what this means is that Ellie finds out that Joel lied to her at the end of The Last of Us Part 1, right after they left the hospital scene, where Joel has to, spoiler, kill everybody in Part 1 just to save Ellie. There is a bit of a conflict due to those events in The Last of Us Part 2 between Ellie and Joel, but we don't know to what extent Ellie or Joel let that fact get to them. If anything, I think Joel confesses the truth and Ellie perhaps gets a little sentimental. So, we don't know exactly for how long Joel and Ellie are not together, but that is what it's looking like for The Last of Us Part 2. What's crazy to me is one simple fact alone. Regardless in which order these events take place, regardless of the time lapse, The Last of Us Part 2 will have time jumping. We will get to see Joel from a younger point of view, which means that we will get to see what happened in those 20 years, or at least a lot of our questions are going to be answered. So, definitely going to have a lot of answers coming from Joel's point of view. And younger Joel, Ellie was not born when Joel was this age that we see here of him playing the guitar. Clearly in The Last of Us Part 1, he never got to teach Ellie how to play the guitar, even though he made that promise. In The Last of Us Part 2, we will for a fact see scenes of Joel teaching Ellie how to play the guitar, and not only that, we will also see Joel playing the guitar by himself before he even met Ellie. Very interesting stuff. Alright guys, that concludes everything for today's video. This video was primarily to you guys and give you guys more information
100%
on Joel as a whole, and what his involvement with
the facts are right there.
The Last of Us Part 2. At least we know that we're going to be getting some answers that we didn't have before. At least we know that there is in fact going to be time jumping. This is something that I speculated on for years, and finally we get the confirmation from Naughty Dog themselves. Not only that, but at least we know that our beloved Joel is alive and well. Or is he? Find out next.
No, that nigga is that nigga alive, bro. That would be crazy if he wasn't alive though, because of the fact that would be very weird, man. What if he wasn't alive? What if it was like her just hallucinating, having PT? I don't know. Like that shit would be weird, but I highly doubt that's the case because, you know what? Come on, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have Joel in the game playable 100%. But hey man, great video. This shit is crazy. I do remember the whole time jumping shit. Now that I think about it, I do remember that shit. At first I was like, but then when he started getting more into it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I do remember that being an actual thing being spoken about. But nah, yeah, the images do show that it will be, you know, time jumping, that it possibly will show Joel's past. So I can't wait for this shit. Oh my god, this shit gonna be crazy, bro. This shit gonna be crazy. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please turn on notifications to get notified when I upload and stream, man. And I'm gonna catch y'all later, bro. More shit dropping. I'm out.
The controller now has a built-in microphone, so you can chat with people without needing a headset.
Oh, it's
so
lit!
they recommend that you should use a headset for longer sessions. Maybe to appease the tech companies that are now going to sell less headsets because of this microphone. And yes, let's talk about the sort of white shell over the controller. That's a